Hello everyone, welcome back to Ben and Danielle Reviews, and today I'm back with some comic book content. Today I'm going to be talking about the DC All-In Absolute series that they've been doing lately. They have 6 in the series so far, and they all are just independent stories. From what I can tell, they are origin stories, but they're retellings of the origin stories, and they're giving like a modern retelling and like a completely new backstory to all these characters. And it's been exciting seeing what they've been doing with them. Just a warning, with them, I've only read the number ones of them so far, but I wanted to talk about my favorite ones so far, rank them all based on what I think of them based on the first issue, even though I did think all of them were quite good and ones I want to get back into more in the future. And I'm going to show you the comics, but I did pick up all the sketch covers for them just because I like sketch covers. I like going to conventions and getting them drawn on and such. What the cool thing about these ones is they have the actual cover inside of it, for the cover A inside of it, so you can actually still have the cover A, plus you get the sketch, which is really cool to me. But I just wanted to talk really briefly about each one of them without spoiling them too much. Starting off with the first one of the more recent ones, that is the Martian Manhunter one. So I liked this one the least of all of them. I thought that the like the neon, like smoky kind of sort of art that they were doing in this was it was a little trippy in a way, but I thought it was a cool idea. I'm not super familiar with John Jones' Agent, so this one didn't captivate me as much as some of the other ones. I'm not huge into DC myself, aside from Batman, but this one was an interesting story. It was a little hard to follow at first, getting into it. It kind of just jumped you right into it, and so that was something I had to kind of learn as I go. And I did like on the last page, they have this thing here where you hold it up to the light, and you can see John Jones become the Martian Manhunter if you hold up this last page into the light there, which I thought was pretty cool idea. Martian Manhunter. I'm looking forward to see what happens with this series going forward. Alright, number 5 is Absolute Green Lantern. So Green Lantern's another character that I was never quite familiar with. This one is following Hal Jordan's one, but it's also got Stewart as well in the story, and the origin of how he got the ring and the destruction that came from his home city and stuff. Cool series. I'm a fan of Al Ewing from his Hulk series that he did. That was really good. But yeah, this one is another one I'm curious to see where it goes with this, because it seems like he gets his powers and doesn't know what to do with them, and we'll see how he handles that. So on the 4th in the series is going to be Absolute Superman. So I've never been huge on Superman myself, but this is one that I am interested in giving a try. In this one, we're going to have as Kal-El as his real name, and talking about his trying to be the savior for all these like mining workers, as the Krypton has fallen. It never really goes into like the same kind of things of whereas like Clark Kent and stuff, how he becomes Clark Kent and all that. It's never had, this story doesn't have any of that in it. it is more so just, it doesn't show him how he came to Earth and all that. And all that, it hasn't touched on any of that quite yet. But I'm interested to see how they explain that in this one. My number 3 is going to be Absolute Flash. So in this series, it centers around Kid Flash and his how he became the Flash. So there was the other Flash was in the story, that was a totally different thing. And he's talking about his, like, basically growing up, Kid Flash, and with his dad, and dad moving a lot and being a scientist for the military and stuff, and sort of all the teen struggles with that. But one I want to keep look into further. Number 2 for me was Absolute Wonder Woman. So Absolute Wonder Woman is a series by Kelly Thompson, and this story, she is a princess of hell. She was brought to hell as a newborn and be forced to be taken care of by a woman in hell. Whether she wanted to, she didn't really want to, but she was forced to. Oh, and hell had used words as forbidden words, and like the word Amazon was forbidden, and so she was unable to explain to Wonder Woman about who she was or where she came from, because words like that just no longer exist in hell. But she has a princess. She talked about growing up in hell. So that is it's an interesting retelling of that story. And number 1 is probably not a huge surprise to me, but was Absolute Batman. So Absolute Batman was interesting. It's got Bruce Wayne with his origin story is very well known in the comic book world, and so this is a retelling of that in a completely different way. And I don't want to spoil too much with this, but this story takes place with a young Bruce Wayne, but it's also told from Alfred's perspective, and Alfred has a different origin story as well. This is one that does have a few more issues out already that I want to definitely look into more, and that is Absolute Batman. So that's just a brief overview on all of the Absolute series so far that are out. Hopefully this helps you in determining which ones are right for you. Just wanted a brief overview on what I thought of each one. Thank you everyone for watching, and have a great rest of your day.